Okay.
All right,
And
all
I
right,
think
fellas.
we are live. Hello.
Howdy. All right, fellas. Now that we're here back to back, is this music or is the Deltarune music more likely to make you go insane?
Honestly, like,
Now that we've had them back to back,
yeah, is it like a water torture situation?
I think this
This has the
song
drums
is
in
more-
between that makes it tolerable. Like right now.
This song will make me go silly. Just like I want to do. I don't want to sing that. I want to sing along, and I'll like circle my head around like a cockatiel and go kind of loopy. But Deltarune will actually institutionalize me.
No, that's definitely been the Deltarune stream setup experience for every streamer is just wow. Wow. Okay.
We're back. We're back on.
We are
this
so back.
beautiful
The only
visual
person
novel.
not back is Arissa, who could not make it this week. But that's okay.
You lose the rat. You lose the rat in D&DT. You lose the rat in real life.
We're all rats in our own way.
Maybe I am a rat.
Deep down, aren't we all just, like, kind of... We all have something in common. Like, I walk around
Which
on
one
all
of us
fours,
makes-
Dryad. What about you?
I eat lots of cheese. I put cheese on everything.
That's true. That's a good one. What about you, Kels?
Where's your cool rat fact, Cows?
Cool rat fact. Rats can laugh.
That I think you misunderstood the assignment.
Yeah, but what rat fact is you? Tell me a rat
Yeah,
fact
what-
about yourself.
Oh, a rat fact about me.
You probably eat more cheese than I do, honestly.
Me?
I would assume so.
No, cheese is expensive.
Kels
Okay.
just seems like a cheese
Like-
eater to you.
Life sucks. Cheese is expensive.
It is expensive. Good cheese is expensive. Any cheese that you
Yeah.
would just eat to eat cheese is expensive.
This
Yeah.
this might be too personally specific, but I'm realizing in real life I also happen to have some pretty bad buck teeth, so I am also a rat in that
I mean-
regard.
Hell yeah,
I
welcome to
did-
the club.
Just eat a tortilla with a bunch of melted cheese on top, so...
Oh, life sucks. Cheese is expensive.
I didn't say it was good quality cheese.
Do you think rats care?
I care.
Oh, then you're not a rat, obviously.
That's what that
No, I'm an
means.
idiot. That's different.
Alright,
Rats are probably smarter than me, dude.
I have an assignment for one of you. I checked my stream and the game was frozen. So I want one of you to have my stream up on a second monitor or like in a corner really small. And if it messes
Okay.
up again, please let me know. I'm also doing this.
I have another monitor.
Thank you, thank you.
It's a little tough for me because I only have the one monitor.
Yeah, that's okay.
Why
I was pretty sure
Why-
Trial only had one monitor.
why does your stream T send me to the mobile version?
I
Fuck.
do
My
not
default
know.
sent me to the mobile app.
Are
Oh
you
my
opening
God,
it on
there-
your phone?
No, it was on my monitor. Also,
What the
also
fuck?
Twitch is listening because I just got an ad for like the super cheesy whatever from Taco Bell. Like, oh, geez.
I got an ad for Dunkers, which is sour gummy worms you dunk in goo. What the fuck?
Goo. What kind of goo?
Cheeseburger!
Hell yeah.
There's no way.
Sour gummy worms dunked in cheeseburgers.
So Twitch just gives you ads based on what you say into the microphone?
Dude,
Pipe
it
bomb,
always
pipe bomb,
has.
pipe bomb, pipe bomb.
Pipe bomb. I mean, I'm getting a ad for an action movie.
Now I'm getting an ad for cat food, but that's not a thing.
Okay, are we ready?
Disproven. I am
Yes.
ready.
All right, gamers.
Although I haven't actually seen if you're frozen.
Right as of now, I'm
doesn't
not.
look like it.
I have my
cool.
OBS open on the side, but I missed it for a little bit, so now I'm very scared. I think we were just about to enter the class trial. We didn't actually start the cutscene.
Yeah.
Oh no, we did. We
descended.
did. We descended.
We descended.
To
I remember that it
hell.
was right before the elevator scene. All
The
right.
perspective
hold
on this
on.
shot is crazy.
Hold on. This is very important. No, go back to the page. All right. So between Kibo and oh my god, what's the magician girl's name?
Himiko.
Between Kibo and Himiko, one of them will die, the other one's a survivor. Between okay, the assassin girl is a survivor, and Mew dies. Gonta
Oh, thank God.
between I'm just judging based on how they're spaced in the elevator. Like they have to like die in an even distribution because they aren't rearranging them, and they're also not having a shot where like the whole left side is empty. So you got the pairs there, and one of them's gonna die. I think Shuichi and Kaito are far enough apart. They're both safe. But that means that the fucking liar, he's super dead. This guy's super gonna die. And I think Gonto will die, and I think she will die. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I got my 5 survivors now. And they're like all dudes except for one. That's
Okay.
not right. I'll recalibrate later.
Perhaps because there are fewer. God! Faster, downward into the black. Please, this is. We're starting off great. The elevator stopped, and just like always, the light that shines on us from the other side, the bright light of our future. Oh, the
promise I
doors
didn't-
parted slowly. Or is it?
My it's a dark world.
God, this is, you guys missed a 30-minute heated Deltarune discussion. Me and Dryad were arguing about whether Chris or Carol were the knight still.
Yeah, we were arguing whether Suzel or Curdly is the OT.
Curdly.
Curdly!
I think Chris and Birdly is a real ship.
Curbly.
Curdly.
That is a crack ship if I've ever heard of one. But
No,
there's
it's
gotta
so-
be somebody out there who does it.
It's so real. Oh, there's too many people who do it. You
I
don't
mean,
know.
that's-
You
have
know
no
about-
idea.
Oh god.
I mean,
Of
that's
course
the
I do.
only, who else is Birdly going to be with? That's the only other
Yo,
option.
To fucking nobody.
Yo, okay, here's the thing. You say that, House, but Birdly, so far, is the only character you can actually ask to go to the festival.
What?
The only one. And if you tell Rouse that you're taking Birdly to the festival, you enthusiastically repeat yourself twice. It's so real.
Alright. Boy, they look really depressed. Must be because there's even less participants now. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
If no one claims her.
Don't say they look depressed. You'll make Mata damn sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As much as I love to keep hearing this adorable back and forth. Let's hurry up and get this started!
Extreme!
At last, the class trial will begin. I hope you enjoy it to your heart's content.
The third class trial is about to begin.
Gotta choose my bullets now.
Enji Yonaga, the ultimate artist. I can't fucking speak today. She created the...
You're not gonna suck on these balls. I won't let you.
She created the Ultimate Academy Student Council to try and prevent the killing game.
Did she? I don't know about that.
I don't know about that. Then Tenko Chup. Why are they making me say last names? She hated men, but I knew
That's so much funnier than rereading the line.
That's such a bad eulogy.
The two who were killed were both trying to stop the killing.
You didn't even let me get to do like the I kid you not. You're gonna set these balls.
And who was the one killing them? Was it one person?
Oh my god, everyone on the
Two
second
different
page is
people?
surviving. One of them is the killer.
We need to pin that down in this trial. I can't read today. Holy shit. In order to live, we have to find the truth.
We have to lie.
And I will fight for it. I will fight with truth and lies in this class trial.
I don't.
Oh wow, they called me out.
Yeah. Like, I'll tell the truth and lie a little.
Lie a little.
As a treat.
Treat.
It is really funny for him to be like, we'll find the truth, but not before I lie.
With the help of a little bit of lying.
Just a little gaslighting, it's fine.
Maximum influence a little.
Sorry, I'm moving shit.
Maximum focus. And we can use our fragments on these.
We have so many frags. Wait, it's oh no, your Twitch stream seems fine, but your Discord stream is now the one that's frozen.
What, really?
That's
Hold on,
just for you, Dryad.
Ah,
Okay.
curses. Alright, I'll fix it. You should keep going.
I don't want to
You're
say
the gamer,
good
you
that
like-
that's
you like
just
now.
happening on your end, but I'm glad it's not happening on my end too. Focus each green score while concentrating.
I'm glad that it's happening when you're taking like skills.
Yeah. V points. Sciences. I'm thinking like more health or more focus first and foremost, because those are very
Well, you're not
cheap
gonna get a
and give
game
us
over?
like so much more stuff.
We need the mine one. I don't trust. Well, I guess you're controlling it, but
That's
the mind
so
game,
rude.
the mind game is so cursed. It is rude.
makes the
It is
reticle
rude.
shake
I'm okay with
less
it.
effective during non-stop and nice panic debates. Laser beam increases the speed, but we've already bought this one, so we can add this. Come on, so let's go down here. Increase the speed of fire truth bullets. That's nice to have. Increases the delay, decreases the delay after using truth bullets or truth blades. Slowly recovers the influence gauge while concentrating and during fever time.
We need lots of focus.
Except those the reticle is on. What's a V point?
I think a V point is the weak spot you shoot for extra points,
Oh, I see.
like a high score.
I know if you die in this game, you can go back and like re-choose your skills. So worst case scenario, I think I just go
We're
back
not
and do
gonna
one of those.
roguelike this game.
Yeah, I mean, I get we can. The dialogue might be different the second time around.
The Danganronpa weird route.
Now then, let's begin
Every
with the
text box is
basic
shuffled.
explanation of the class trial.
Oh yeah, I forgot that like the little Monocubs also get like a little cross.
Yeah, they get a seat. I hope it's okay if I talk through all of this. I accidentally skipped one of his lines, but it's fine. He's telling us
But if you
3 games in how the voting works.
Yeah. And also 3 trials in.
everyone besides the blackened, and that person will graduate.
There's a
from
problem.
this
We're gonna
academy.
play this game and I'm gonna like remember that I made a board game about this and I have to like work on it again.
You better vote for
That's right.
now. Smiles, everyone! It's showtime! Let's get this crazy
It helps that it's Danganronpa, because then if your game is convoluted, it's a reference.
I don't think I'm gonna be much help this time. Because of Monokuma's.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
You disrupted his talk about disruption.
Disruptions, I couldn't do a thorough investigation.
I can tell Monokuma is overcompensating to hide his self-consciousness.
Next time, spend less time fixing your hair and more time investigating, spaceman.
Shut up! I don't need to hear some comedy act from you two.
So the investigation was split because there were 2 bodies. And we just got less
Yeah.
time to spend on all of it.
The investigation was really short because we only investigated the 2 crime scenes and then the trial started. We didn't get to
Yeah.
explore anywhere else.
The only other time that happened was in Danganronpa 1, Chapter 5, where it was like a weird setup, kind of. Where it was
Yeah,
a
that's
setup,
true.
and it just wasn't really acknowledged because it was, like, rigged.
Do not let your emotions hasten your
But even then,
judgment.
you still got to
There
explore
may
like
be
the
true
archery range and
killers.
shit.
So, our other culprit might not be one of us here.
Newt. Newt. Anime reference, Newt.
Our other culprit, Newt.
The transfer student. Maybe our resurrected transfer student.
Smokey, is this really the best time?
Can go into the grave.
Stop it! Stop making stuff up!
Say something, Shuichi. It'll be a mess if this keeps going on.
Come on, Shuichi, a ghost didn't do it, right?
Wait, why does Angie have like a halo and angel wings? Did you see that?
I did not. She
I
was
did
the
not.
like religious fanatic.
Yeah.
Just be
I went to
thorough. I should
heaven!
clear things up here.
Can one of you check the stream volume to see if gameplay is loud enough? Because it looks really quiet on OBS, but I'm not sure.
Oh.
This
I'll
crime
double
was
check.
committed by the recently
Thank you.
deceased.
Alright, let's look through all of these. Monokuma file. Was killed. The thing here is probably going to be the Necronomicon, right? Because it was unused. It burns if it uses. The ashes are only good for 1 use. Okay, I need to figure out what the buttons are.
I love zombies.
So,
Okay.
ritual did work?
The balancing seems good to me.
Who was resurrected?
Okay.
I wonder.
Angie did say she was gonna bring Rantaro back. Rantaro was resurrected. The culprit is the late Rantaro Amami!
When there's no silencer, it just sounds like you're slapping them in the face. No. Not like a cat.
No, you're dumb. Alright.
They came back to life and killed 2 of our classmates!
Love zombies.
I love who the fuck says that?
So, ritual did work?
Why is this? No.
It's that one, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, the wrong
There's the
button.
V-
Go to wrong button. Go to.
The V spot.
Okay. The V spot.
Gaming. Oh man, the refuted argument achievement performed for the first
Chapter
time
3.
in class. Yeah,
Jesus
trial 3.
Christ.
According
I
to
don't
the
think so, Angie's-
Necronomicon Monokuma showed us,
Alright.
you have to burn the Necronomicon in the ritual.
In this effigy, we're in the Necronomicon to the ashes. Use caution. Be mindful of carbon dioxide poison. Sprinkle the ashes of the effigy and repeat the name of the deceased 3 times.
If Angie's ritual had succeeded, the book would have been gone. So she must have been killed before the ritual was complete, since the book was still intact.
Very good. It wasn't a ghost.
Probably not culprit.
Oh, I guess you're right.
Well, duh. There's no way a dead person could resurrect.
Now hold on a second. I can't let that comment stand.
Here we go.
No, you.
Sure, everybody knows that you can't bring the dead back to life,
But what if I did?
but it's easy at the ultimate occasion. As long as you use
That's basically what he said.
Necronomicon.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? There's no way that's possible.
But it's true.
Haha,
I
just
never
kidding.
lie about
Unless. Get out of here. Shoo.
I see we're still vetoing the Monocubs.
God, it's like the power of God in my hands. I get to decide the life and death of these little fucks. I'm so over it.
They started jumping like, kill me! Kill me!
Okay.
There's no way it's possible.
There's no way that could happen, idiots. Monokuma is trying to confuse us. Let's hurry up and find out who the Blackened is.
If
Thank
our
you, Maki.
transfer student isn't the culprit, then blame falls to one of
I hope
us.
I hope we do learn
Who did it?
through this class trial what Monokuma was going to do if the ritual actually worked.
Half-pint, I'll handle this. I don't know about Tenko, but I'm pretty fucking sure Kyo murdered Angie.
Why?
Don't play dumb with me, creep show. I already know what happened.
Okay, let's hear it. Our lab's front door, back door, Peach's lockpicking,
Culprit used a
Mugi's account.
katana to...
God, what's the button to switch the bullets? It's different in every. That's the roguelike. It's different in every game.
Every stream it changes.
Kyo, automatically suspicious.
But anyway.
Yeah, but there's a way to hold the button. Don't try and gaslight me now.
What do you mean holding the button?
That rusty katana was the murder.
No, that's not. There's a button you can hold to switch between the true bullets.
Oh shit! I didn't mean to lie.
There we go. How hard was that?
Just admit it, you shit-eating worm.
Oh yeah, there's this text.
Went to the classroom, broke in.
That's probably not true.
Angie.
I think there's because the front door was locked.
Yeah, both doors were locked.
Both doors were locked. It's because I'm using a technically a controller with Nintendo button layouts, but this game assumes Xbox button layouts.
It's not that hard. You just switch X and Y and you switch A and B.
Yeah, but if you're doing that while this is going on and it's time sensitive, then it's harder.
I did not care about some katana.
Just admit it, you shit-eating worm.
Oop,
Went to
oop,
the
oop.
classroom.
No, I hit Y. Okay. Oh, that's wrong. Whether he had a key or not, Angie still would have let him into the lab. That's true. There he could have pinned her down and murdered her just like that.
Yeah, but then he didn't break in. He was just invited, like a vampire.
Kill Angie.
Okay.
Didn't he actually care about the guitar?
Art lab, front door, back door,
Well, yeah.
lockpicking, and some movies account.
Oh yeah, did he say he didn't care? Because he obviously cares.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's Samugi's account. Angie had locked herself in the artist lab, working on the ritual. She would not unlock the door unless someone from the student council asked her to. And he was on the student council. Going to the Tinkle
No,
No, he was
wasn't.
not. All right, so maybe that is the way that I can say
Could have taken that katana, you see.
the same thing, but in a way that the game
Katana was the
accepts.
murder weapon.
But some katana.
Broke in.
No, God damn it! All right, I gotta.
Just every time.
Wait, what was that? Well, no, that one was. I got that one. That one wasn't my fault.
Next thing you're gonna like open up the Steam overlay by accident. Ah, jeez.
See, I feel less bad because now
No.
it's G's turn to be heckled.
Yeah. No.
No, that's fine.
You've been fully vindicated.
In.
See, not so
Oh,
easy.
I hit wrong Y. There we go.
You are insane.
Because I hit Y and not the button on the top where theoretical Y is.
Kyo would not have been able to
Just-
enter Angie's lab.
Yeah, I know, it's a skill issue. Just hit the right button, but
He is preempting me.
you're right, but I'm just like, I'm not doing it.
I just love the idea that like you're just like you just have the gun in your hand. You're like, I'll shoot through your lies. You pull the trigger, and the magazine like unloads in front of you. That was not what I meant.
Desire to kill her in the first place.
So whoever killed Angie must have been one of the student council members, yeah?
I actually didn't
I was
notice
doing a
what
bit
they
to
said.
get you to the right
I don't know what
answer.
the
They
argument was.
they said
You actually got it?
because Angie locked herself in and would only unlock it for a student council member, it couldn't have been him.
Okay.
Oh, how clever.
Like, I think front door should have worked because it was locked, but the answer was a different way of saying that it was locked.
You can just
I guess, like, it was locked and she wouldn't have let him in, specifically.
The remaining student council members are Gonta, Kibo, Samugi, and Himiko.
Oh, it can't be.
Could've been
Himiko.
Tenko.
She was besties with Angie. I trust their friendship. You guys do too, right?
Yeah, of course.
Can we trust
Thank you,
their
Gonta.
friendship so readily?
Obviously. Let's believe in them.
That trims our list of suspects down to 3. Gonta, Samugi, and Kibo.
And Gota couldn't do it because he's cool.
Yep. The culprit is one of those 3 people.
I mean, this guy's gonna say it's Kibo because robots don't have rights.
Because a robot ain't people, Jack.
Oh, hey, look, there you go.
Yeah, there you
What?
go.
But the
After
opposite.
you upgraded me?
Anyway, aren't these accusations just a tad too hasty?
What else? The culprit should confess already. Gonta, Keyboy, or Samugi? Well,
He's very aggressive,
Gonta?
despite
Gonta would never
clearly
kill
being able to
Angie.
pick a lock.
Yeah, Gonta's a gentleman. You shouldn't suspect either of us.
Hey, stick up for me too.
Gonta definitely
I forgot that the robot voice isn't actually his voice after us doing it for so long.
No,
Gonta might be a bit
no, it's. I mean, these guys obviously did it wrong.
This is going to be
Our dub is
mass
superior.
panic debate.
It is absolutely.
Yeah.
Not the culprit.
Alright.
All right, what are you fuckers about to shut up?
Alright, let's backdoor Kokichi's lockpicking.
Must consider other possibilities.
Alright. Well, not this pause button, the other separate pause button.
Oh my god. It's the comedy of errors.
Surely there must be suspects outside the
Not
student
betray
council.
student council.
Alright. I remember how that works.
Totally impossible.
A dead chick
Not just
can't be
anyone
the
can open
culprit.
the door. Only student council members.
Should we like each pick one? Oh,
No,
yeah.
out too late.
Yeah.
Only student council members. You said she would only
what
open
did you
the door for student
evidence?
council members, right? So who could have opened it? I can't think of anyone else. I didn't mean to shoot that.
Asshole.
Possibilities.
It's gonna take me a minute while I... Okay, there we go.
Outside the student council.
See, this is great because when it's Kaos, like, I feel a little bad, like, being mean, but, like, T, I know you're, like, a gamer, so
Yeah.
I can make...
No, it's fine. And I've been making fun of cows for years, so, like, there's a justice element to it. Like a kind of karmic evening of the universe, but it's fine.
Yeah. Not to say
This
Kaos
is
isn't a
great.
gamer, they're just not as
Oh, I'm
obsessed as we are. We're like no-lifers.
Only student council members had access.
Much better than being out too late.
Isn't there something about his lockpicking?
Yeah, I think I was supposed to use that one earlier. Where he said like only a student council member could do it, and I refute him with this one.
Possibilities.
Mm-hmm. Assuming you don't accidentally switch the bullet.
That's utterly impossible. Anyone can open it. Only the council members.
And then correct Y button. I missed, but it's okay. There we go.
V point!
I hit the V spot. Wait, hit a V agree, V abstain, or V lie.
Just student council members that could have opened that
Dude,
door.
that,
V
this game.
abstain? Don't you mean V refute?
I just saw it for a second.
You're opening the door, shall we?
Three genders. Refute, refute, agree, or abstain. Can you imagine that? You just like break someone's statement, you're like, I refuse to comment.
I plead the fifth. That's real. That's real court.
Unless you're a student council member, you can't enter
My
the
gender. I plead the fifth.
I was referring to Keo. He couldn't have done it. But you, because I saw you open the classroom lock.
Do you think male is agree, or do we think male is no, you're wrong?
Agree is cis, trans is refute, abstain is non-binary.
That doesn't
my
answer
God,
my
you're so
question
right.
even a little bit.
No, that's real. That's a real thing. I agree with Kals 100%.
I also agree, but that doesn't answer my original question. But it's fine.
It depends if you were
original
born
question.
male or not.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
it's
you
true.
agree. But which one of if you could, however, perchance, which one boy?
Which okay, which between abstain, refute,
And
agree, which is the most masculine? I would say.
I mean, it's probably refute. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
That means that you're feminine.
Fuck, who could have known?
It means you're a chick. Happy coming out. It was all a trap.
Yay! We cracked his egg.
How dare you? This is your line, Kels. They didn't say this one.
Oh, is it? Kokichi pulled out some thin needles and stuck them into the keyhole of the lock.
Click, click, click. Clack.
There, open sesame.
Oh, that happened?
Your Honor, I forgot.
Are you going to pretend you don't remember, huh?
Quit glaring at me like that. Of course I remember. Yeah, I did it. I killed Angie.
You piece of shit.
Wait, what? What did you just say?
I picked the lock to her lab, snuck into the room, and then wham! Killed Angie. The culprit was me, all along.
What?
You skipped it.
I didn't mean to. The volume's a little quiet on my end, so like I got the idea and then pressed A.
Oh man, you're on autopilot.
Joke. I thought that
Yeah, I'm playing Danganronpa. That's the same thing.
True. Who's reading in Danganronpa? What a waste.
Yeah, I can't read. I'm a Danganronpa fan.
Yo, Danganronpa fans are gonna send us pipe bombs.
I feel like it's old enough at this point that like the people who would have sent us pipe bombs are older, and they're like, yeah, I agree.
I agree with
Or
that.
at least I've been there at that point in my life.
Maybe?
He's lying. I'm certain of it.
Yeah,
No,
past T would have
definitely
sent a
not a
pipe
lie.
bomb to
I
current
killed
T.
Angie. Shouldn't you
I don't
guys
think-
believe the culprit when they
I don't think past T would have.
Then let me ask you, culprit. How did you lock the room?
Huh? Well, it's the same as opening it. You pick the door closed from the outside.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Huh? What doesn't make sense? Can't you lock a door by picking it?
Maybe, but that's not how the culprit locked the room.
Your Honor, I don't know if that's true, and that's why it's not true.
They used a different method.
What different method?
They opened
Magic.
the door.
Mumbles, use your big boy voice and explain yourself.
There were 2 doors to the classroom, and the one locked last was.
Presumably the front door.
Had to be, right?
I would assume so. Uh-oh, that's
No,
not a
it's
good
the
sign.
back door.
Oh no. How do we know the back door was locked last?
Any other genius theory you want to share with those mumbles?
All right, that's me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I'm Monopoly and you're Mew.
Alright.
Actually, it's supposed to be Cows is Mew.
Yeah. It's the back door because of the gold flakes.
What do the gold flakes have to do with locking the
That's
door?
how they made this a locked room mystery.
Because the katana. The katana left gold flakes on the fingers, so that means that, yeah, it had to have been locked after
Yeah.
the killing.
Well, they could have done that
Something like that.
first, and then locked the front door
You know what?
after.
We'll see if the game agrees with me, because
Yeah.
I'm going off of this game's logic, not
know,
my
fair-
own.
fair enough.
Oh my God, yeah, obviously the game is
That
gonna
door
agree
had a
with you, but
sliding
we're gonna
lock.
be assholes and disagree until the game proves us wrong.
The culprit used a certain tool.
A lock
Well, the
pick.
crew used lock the sliding lock from the outside was mind.
The mind mine. Mind crush.
There's a Monokuma here.
Monokuma.
Monokuma!
Obtained hidden Monokuma.
Wait, that was real.
yeah, that was real. Okay, what are we? What am I looking at? Giant stick. Second giant stick.
Yeah, we're looking for the scythe, aren't we?
Yes. No, is that not like selected enough? Oh, it's just not the truth.
No, it's not right.
It's the
I'm
katana.
a dirty liar. Yeah, I guess because of the gold flakes. So it must be in the top. I see the blade.
You do? Oh,
Yeah,
I see.
See that?
Oh, okay. Or did they use the yeah, no. Probably the katana itself.
Oh.
Alright, easy.
I'm curious how they use the katana to do this.
I remember this now, and it's very funny.
The gold leaf katana that was stabbed into Kaede's effigy. The culprit used that to hit the knob of the sliding lock to lock the door.
So the gold leaf was on the sliding lock because...
So it wasn't on their fingers, it was on the sword.
But
They
why would
swung
they?
around the effigy to lock the goddamn door? Please tell me they didn't just swing that thing around the room.
That's very silly.
Thank you.
What? Sliding lock when the katana touched it. So that means the culprit used the katana to move the sliding lock, right? But wait, how did they move it with a katana? And from outside Angie's lab?
The clue that might give us the answer is the layout of the area itself.
Oh no. Let's see.
It was an odd setup after all. The katana stabbed into the effigy. The effigy's hung upside down.
Did they like tie a string and just like maneuver it that way?
No.
I know the answer. I don't know if you want me to confirm or deny.
I think they actually did swing it from the other side of the room.
Different purpose.
Different. The culprit somehow used the setup to lock the room. In that case, I need to know the reason behind every step of that setup. If I do that, the way the culprit locked the room should be clear.
Psyche taxi.
Daytona! Sorry.
Which button is go? This button is go. Okay.
That's so many letters.
Guys, sorry, we got Mario Kart World Tour like early.
we have Mario Kart at home. This is a way too many letters for what the solution actually is. Oh wait, no, it's not a. This isn't.
There's a question.
This is a question, and then you run into the correct mind prostitute.
What teal? What teal of eating? Eating it. I hope the X just stays blank for fun. Yeah, you did that on purpose.
I can't choose. It's random.
What? The handle is sliding dick. Aw.
Sliding Dick is like the not as good sequel to Moby Dick. The katana's hilt. Oh right, I forgot that you have to run over a prostitute.
Yeah. For no, it doesn't make more thematic sense later. It's just insane.
E. E.
Ikato.
Okay, sorry. That was. I'm having too much fun here.
No, it's you have to make your own fun.
I had a drink yesterday and I'm still feeling the effects.
Holy shit, triads.
I'm joking.
Welcome to Danganronpa.
Dude, I had a drink for like a little brunch, and then I almost like had to go to the hospital.
The drink, Dr.
You
Pepper.
okay?
No, it was alcohol. I had like a huge like blood sugar thing happen. It was like crazy because it was like, this drink is pure sugar. How is this happening? Yeah.
I want to be able to do like Mario Kart chain
I
drifts.
know, it sounds like you're drifting. You know what this sounds like?
What
This
does it
sounds
sound
like, have you ever played Sonic Adventure 2?
Like the first couple levels, and then I was like, this game
Okay,
sucks,
well-
and I turned it off.
What? That game's so like good. That game is a platformer version of Danganronpa.
You know what? I agree
A
with
beautiful
you.
mess. No, but there's a go-kart racing minigame in it, and if you like lose control of your car and it starts drifting, it makes that exact sound.
I see.
So what's the effigy?
I'm kind of sucking in this class trial. I don't have all that much health.
Man,
How's the FG manipulated to make the katana affect the lock?
position?
Yeah, this was
Dislocation?
so much effort to get to
Swing
the
it back
conclusion
and
Kels
forth.
already came to,
Wait,
which
it's
was you spin it
spun?
around the
What?
bunch.
Oh my god.
Yeah, for
I
almost
hate that I
5
was
minutes
right.
to say that.
That's it.
Like, alright, so this is gonna be really funny, but hear me out.
The was so they would hit the sliding lock as the effigy spun.
Guys, I just came back from a mind foursome. Here's how it happened.
Mind force.
That's right. If you spun the effigy, the rope it was hanging from would twist.
This is so stupid.
Then, if you let it go, the rope would unwind and the effigy would spin the other way. And of course, the katana would spin with it.
I like how the effigy like transitions to red, like there's blood rushing down, even though it's an effigy.
Yeah.
The culprit simply needed to spin the effigy's rope and then swiftly leave. This would cause the spinning
This is so
katana to hit the
stupid.
sliding lock. And thus was the back door of an empty classroom.
And whoever did it positioned
think-
it perfectly.
Do you think the culprit had to do it like 3 or 4 times because after they did it and it kept spinning, they opened the door, they were like, fuck, it didn't hit the lock. You gotta do it again.
By using the effigy with a katana.
A plan born from the heart of a sword traveling through the air to intercept us.
Kaede's bonk machine worked on the first try. So anything's possible.
Could have moved the slide
I know, I feel like we have to Occam's razor this a little bit. That's way more complicated than...
Dude,
than
Occam's razoring
or-
Danganronpa
get the-
is like a sadistic exercise. That is not
Sorry, what now?
As long as the spinning
a
Occam's
sadistic
razor.
exercise.
they would have slid into position.
No, Occam's razor. What is that?
Occam's
The
razor
path of least
is-
resistance is... I forget the
Yeah.
exact wording. The path of least resistance is most likely the one that happened.
Yes, but when trying to
Ah.
solve a problem, the simplest solution is usually the correct one.
Got
Not
it.
in Danganronpa world.
Not in Danganronpa.
Not even close.
Even if the culprit failed the first couple times, they could keep
I'm
trying.
just...
Yeah, and then I was waiting for this line. Maki is like, well, they could have
I
just done it a
actually
bunch.
called it!
Which is
Yeah,
why
I called
chose
it.
to
I
strike it
actually... I think it did happen like at
multiple
least 3 times.
Yes, since the student council prohibited anyone from walking around at nighttime.
Except for people who wanted to murder, I guess.
Student council's fault? I didn't say that.
In any case,
But you're right.
the culprit probably used the murder weapon for this trick.
I still don't understand why this had to happen this way. Where
Well, I mean, they're in a murder school.
right there, well, okay, so there's a
So
room
you
in the
know
back.
they had to do it to her.
There's a room in the back. We don't know what happened in the room in the back. The room in the back is locked. Dead
But
person is on the floor in the main room.
Yeah.
The room in the back was locked by a spinning effigy with a sword in it, as well as the front.
Yes.
The murderer had to have been in the room to do the murder and set up the effigy and all of that.
Yes.
So unless they're like getting into the closet and they're not here, which isn't true because everyone's here, what benefit would that have to just throwing whatever in that room and then locking it?
Because that's the only way. It's the only way they could lock both doors. If they unlock the front door to leave, they don't have the key to lock it again.
Right, but then lock the back door first. And then
Because if they block the back door, they can't leave because it's a bolted door.
am I insane? Is there not like a front entrance
All
in
right,
the room
all right.
and then a room in the back, like a closet?
All right. You're in the crime scene. The back door is bolted and unlocked. The front door is locked. You cannot leave through the front door because it is locked. If you unlock it and leave, you cannot lock it again. So it is no longer a locked room mystery because the front door is unlocked when the people arrive. Alternatively, if you leave through the back door, you'll need a way to lock it from the outside.
I see. So the key to the front door is in there, and that's how it's locked.
Well, the key to the front door was eaten by Monodan, so you can't lock it after you unlock it. From the outside.
Well, no, I thought the key to the back room was eaten by Monodim, and so if it was ever locked, it would never be able to be unlocked again.
I think the key to the front. Well, that's the thing, right? Only the front door is locked by a key. The back door is locked by a bolt.
And we can't get the bolt
back
out.
door leads out into the hallway.
Well, it's not. You don't really lock it. You bolt it. The back door doesn't have a lock.
I see. I'm probably dumb and misunderstanding, so I'm just gonna keep going.
No, that's like the one part I get. I just don't get how someone can be like, I'm the criminal. I picked the lock to kill her. And then everyone's like, no, shut up. You're stupid and dumb and that's wrong. And the detective is like, this
But it is Kokichi.
Around to masterfully, and everyone's like, perfect work. Amazing. That's certainly correct.
The other effigies were only hung up, so we think it was some kind of ceremony.
Because Kokichi has lied so much that like he can just be like, yeah, I killed her, and they're like, shut up. Anyways, this is why the robot did it.
Like that.
Right. Kokichi did say earlier that he could have picked the lock closed.
I guess when you think about it that way, although I guess if you think about it that way, this rigmarole would prove that the Kokichi isn't the killer, because if it was Kokichi, Kokichi would not have bothered doing all this shit. Kokichi would have just picked the door locked.
Cough it up, Kokichi. Oh, man, you guys got me. Okay, I'm not the culprit.
You're telling the truth this time, right?
I want to say I'm lying, but I'm not.
Why did you say you were the culprit?
Because it was funny.
I wanted to lure the culprit out.
Because this class trial needs to be a little bit longer.
Would agree as well. You get me? And if they pressured me to confess, then that would have looked mighty suspicious. Sheesh. Darn it. It didn't go my way because Shuichi butted in on my plan.
I don't know about that.
You and your fucking lies. Go sit in the corner and play with yourself.
Okay, I'll start right now.
All right. So
It fades to black to a cutscene, and you're like, stop the stream, stop the stream.
That's what I need the censor for in this chapter.
I can't hold it up anymore.
what's the matter?
Wait, what am I listening to?
Who made the locked room mystery doesn't matter since...
Yeah, and they completely drop it.
Don't you even
Okay, I guess.
basic as that you feel
Guess when it was getting
There's
good.
this line.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Finally called me a cop.
Alright, Mia.
Mia?
I gotta go.
God, touch your like, please.
We must
Shut up.
focus not on the locked room, but on who entered Angie's lab. Only one of the student council members or Kokichi could have gained entry. Therefore, the culprit must be among their number.
That leaves us with 4 suspects. Sumugi, Gonta...
You know what that means? Actually, no. I was gonna say it's a debate, or a scrum, but that's not true.
Doesn't matter if she was besties with Angie, she's still a suspect.
Yeah, what other minigame haven't we
It
played
all-
yet?
it-
There's the
it
Can You
all-
Spell Knife?
yeah. Can you spell knife? There's the fishing game, which is
The
also
fishing
how
game is
spell
Can You
knife.
Spell Knife, but the
It's
arcade
Can You Spell
edition.
Knife? Yes. Yes. For gore.
Fine. It's just a waste
I
of
still think Tenko is the killer.
Me? A suspect? Never kill Angie!
So, calling all suspects, what should we discuss next? I want to hear everyone's opinion. What would you say to get yourself off the suspect list?
Why are you trying to lead the debate? You're a suspect too.
Silence, outsider. Only the suspect rangers are allowed to speak.
Suspect rangers?
I agree. Those under suspicion should explain themselves thoroughly.
We might catch them with their pants down.
Anyway, I want to ask the suspect rangers, what should we talk about? What should we say to get ourselves off the suspect
Sorry for being quiet. I completely blanked out. Like, I can't think of anything funny to say.
This is actually important. I need to know this. I need to lock in.
That's sort of a difficult question, you know?
I know the answer and you don't. It's fine.
ASL?
It's
Smart enough to know answers.
Yeah, it's right.
nothing
You
any of
have
these
less-
people say could ever matter.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have less of an excuse because you already know how the class trial's going to go.
Yeah.
Not articulate with words, huh? Don't you guys want to prove your innocence?
I mean, because what's happened, right?
And I don't blame him.
Yokiji said, like, everyone that's guilty should talk.
Tenko have to die.
And everyone's
I think
like,
he was
I don't
having a
want to
character
talk.
moment. And then everyone was like, but it just said nonsense. And then he was like, but what if you should talk again? Himiko's having a character moment, so that's something.
You know how people like, there's YouTube episodes where people get like drunk and talk about like history or something. I need
Yeah.
you to get drunk and talk about Danganronpa.
That's just me talking about Danganronpa normally.
Can we talk about Tenko's case now and not just Angie?
I got you exactly where I wanted, Himiko.
What do you mean?
The two
God.
victims
You're
could be
deflecting.
separate murderers, you know.
The way I want Himiko to just be like, one of these times, I'm sick of this shit. Fireball! And just beam someone.
Oh my
So
god.
badly.
She would be my favorite character.
Mine too.
So we need to find the first blackened responsible for the first victim. We gotta figure out who killed
That is, it was made a point by Monokuma. That's the one who counts. Anyone could have killed Tenko, and it wouldn't have, like, they're not the
Yeah,
blackened.
but we
Unless
know
they're
that
the
that
same
plot
person.
point isn't. We know that plot point isn't going to matter because either they're both the same person, or Tenko killed Angie, and so that she's already dead. Monokuma's like, well, let's kill the second blackened anyway, because fuck the rules.
Yeah, well, I mean, it could be a fun, and I think, interesting way to, like, go about things if someone else did kill Tenko. Thinking
And just
that,
had to,
like, not knowing that Angie was dead because they wanted to escape the murder school. And then the next trial, everyone has to, like, be friends and get along with someone who tried to kill and successfully did.
that would be super interesting, which is why I don't think it's gonna happen.
If we solve Angie's case, Tenko's case is meaningless. Did you suggest that to waste our time?
It's not meaningless!
Himiko.
Nicole?
Tenko's death.
Himiko, I'm really sorry that both your love interests died in like one day, but like get over it.
How could you do this to her? Himiko.
Himiko, stop it with your crappy lies.
Lies?
Everything you said is total BS. You didn't give two
Bonk
shits
and
about
Sronka.
Tenko was alive. But now you're like, oh no, poor Tenko, after she's dead. Come on, really?
People can be annoying when they're alive, and then you still be sad that they're dead.
Case in point.
Enough.
Gestures broadly at myself.
It's okay. It's not. I know I ignored Tenko before. That's why. I'm so upset now. I should have faced Tenko. Worked things out with her while she was still alive.
Why was her character designed like that? Like the
With
helicopter.
With the
bandana.
Owo face? Oh, I thought you were talking about Himiko's portrait.
No,
Very
I
odd
understand.
portrait for what she's
That's
talking
just
about
that's
now.
just Hifumi.
But now, it's too late. I can't complain to her or thank her. It's too late.
Yeah, seriously. It's way too late to realize that now.
Damn, Kaito.
Our only option is to face her death head on.
Face her death?
Himiko, I understand what you're going through.
Does he? I don't know about that.
Even if you did it, if you kept dog, I feel like you'd have to at least say that.
I'm not gonna let anyone
Yeah,
say
unless
her
it's
death
like
didn't matter.
the two people in my love triangle both died, and now I'm just like a love dot.
Here, I've been double widowed.
Alright. I'll put a silencing curse on whoever calls Tanko's death meaningless. The name of the curse is Death Curse.
I thought it was a silencing curse.
Suppose being dead
Yeah.
is silence.
Well, thank you, Samuki.
Oh god, I had a friend who did that in RPGs. He was always like, "Death is the best crowd control."
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, the best D&D player.
Your own survival. That's just as bad as a hit and run. I won't forgive something so messed up.
Tenko was our friend. Gonta wanna know why she died too.
When do you think he catches a bug?
Like he gets sick.
No, like a bug. He's an entomologist, but he's never caught a
Isn't
bug.
the whole point?
Actual bug.
Isn't the
There
whole
is no
point of
bug.
this? Isn't the whole point of this game is that there are no like bugs in the grounds? He can't like find any.
There are no bugs. I guess there are in the Ultimate Entomologist's research lab.
We're getting sidetracked.
Yeah, but they're all like already in
No, there
captivity.
was live ones.
Different culprit. We need
I didn't
to
say they
know
were
who
dead.
died.
They're just already in captivity.
Yeah.
If we don't find out who killed her, we won't be able to work.
Besides, I think the only reason he has that would be to bring something to his lab. Maybe he's just been capturing bugs all the time. Maybe Monokuma's just like, that room was empty. I don't know what happened.
In order for us to survive, we need to get to the bottom of Tenko's death. Not just to survive this trial.
Whoa, did you see like how his hair like changed before
Yeah.
it zoomed out? He like gained resolution.
Finally, you noticed. Jeez, you're so slow.
Huh? Did Kokichi want us to notice?
Don't listen to his crap. We haven't decided whether there were two different culprits yet.
Let us talk about Tenko's case then.
Yeah, it
Perhaps
could just
that
not
will
matter.
provide us a clue.
Yeah.
See, angel wings and Halo. I like that. That is
Yeah.
Not wrong, but I don't mind going over Tenko's case.
It just becomes like a true crime podcast.
But that was an abrupt change of topic.
Tinko
Is
was
that
just a
intentional?
normal, everyday high school student.
So what do we talk about first?
For now,
I don't
let's see if we
listen
can
to
narrow
any
down the list of
true crime
suspects.
podcasts, so I can't make a joke about that, and I'm kind of sad.
I
can't yes and your bit.
During the seance, so everyone there's suspicious.
The people who attended the seance.
Oh god, Shuichi,
Oh, fuck.
Himiko, Kokichi?
No, not a cookie.
Yeah.
Himiko,
Yeah, well, you were there too. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Kibo? Yeah.
Uh-oh,
Me,
that's not
Korkio,
dialogue.
Himiko, Kibo.
Kibo was
And
kicked
I-
out.
Before... Oh, that one did have Kibo in it.
Yeah, no, Kibo was kicked out.
I thought there
Remember,
were
you
4
replaced
people in the
Kibo.
corners.
You replaced Kibo. So was the first one.
That's it.
I mean, okay. I thought there were people in each corner,
It was me.
and that was
There
the
were
point.
four people.
Yeah.
Four people in corner and Tenko in the middle.
Himiko, Korkio, Shuichi. Okay, yes, you're right.
So those 4 are the culprits.
Not all at once.
Himiko still culprit?
Well, that's probably just
Himiko is a killer!
the most suspicious out of the 4 is really Kyo. He suggested the whole seance idea.
True, I may have suggested it, but I explained the procedure beforehand,
Oh man, we get to hear the song like
If we
1,000
all
more
knew
times.
before the murder, then we are all equally suspicious.
What song? The like background.
Yeah, like the dog song. The cage child.
Oh
Cage
yes.
child.
You're like it's just like you remember. It plays all of it.
Well,
Yep.
I suppose.
In addition, the seance wasn't entirely in my control either. I was not the one who selected the room we performed it in. It was Himiko.
How did he say that? Did he say Himika?
No, he said
No.
Himiko.
See, you're crazy. Oh,
This
this
is
is me.
you.
However, there are 3 empty rooms. Which one shall we use?
The middle room. The middle room's always bad for stuff like this. I'm yawning.
Did I also make the joke where they open the middle, where she picks that, and then Kyo's just like, "Well, the right room has nothing. Would you like to stickle switch?"
I don't think so.
Very well. Then I missed a chance to be really funny there. Very well. I shall begin the preparations at once.
Oh, right.
Sorry.
Also, we should not limit our suspects to only those who participated in the seance. The empty room had a point of entry from outside, you see.
Point of entry from outside. You must be referring to.
Floorboard.
Yeah.
Floorboard?
And you gotta aim a bit lower.
Floorboards under Tenko. The
Yeah, I'm not getting dialed.
culprit might have gone under the floor to
Yes.
enter.
Alright.
I was wrong.
No, I'm wrong. Another
Oh,
area?
God.
So,
No. If you go to the corner below it, yeah. Like around there, maybe.
okay.
You're talking
They're
about
so
under
specific.
the floor, right?
That is so specific. They should
Generally
have
under
known
the
when
floor.
whatever.
Huh? Under the floor?
It's just like it can't be under the floor. It's under the floor, right?
Yeah, the floorboard, she was on it the whole time. That can't be the case. She was under the floor, clearly. Idiot, dumbass, stinky.
Yes, there's a crawl space under the floor a person can move through. There was also a hole that connected it to the neighboring room.
If the culprit used the hole, they could have entered and exited the seance room.
If we consider that possibility, then there is another suspect.
Another
It could
suspect?
be anyone.
Who?
Yeah.
It's appearing before me. Oh, I can see it clearly. The true identity of Tenko's
Okay.
killer.
Your mother! Wait, she could not fit.
The culprit sneaked in during the seance by crawling under the floor.
But it was pitch black during the seance. How could they even see if they were under the floor?
Because it wasn't dark under the floor.
Okay.
You see, our villain.
Am I supposed to?
No.
But he wasn't in that room.
I mean,
No, can't go flashlight function. Oh.
Yeah, but he
you
wasn't
already
in
said
there.
it.
Now, hold on a second.
Right.
If you use the,
that function to get under the floor.
No.
That's
We're
not-
dumb.
what function?
We should probably listen to the whole thing.
I thought I was. This game has a way of making me not listen to it. Okay, crawling under the floor.
How could they even see if they were under the floor?
How could they see?
because it wasn't dark under the floor. You see,
I mean, was there a candle?
There was a candle down there, but that's not one of my options.
I mean, Kibo's flashlight function.
Huh? Now, hold on a second.
Kibo could have used that function to get under the floor and sneak into the empty room during the seance.
I said, hold on a second.
He used his robot functions to commit the murders.
Hold on a second.
So it was one of those.
Oh wow, it did not. Yeah, we didn't get to actually hear what
Little
Kibo
light.
said.
Move around under the floor. But is that
The
possible?
culprit sneaked in during the seance.
Wouldn't everyone have noticed?
Crawling under the floor.
I mean, you'd think. Well, that was in the corner of the room. There's a space under the floor so you can see what was dropped there. And if he uses the flashlight, everyone should be able to see.
What were the other evidence that you had?
Caged child. You need 5 people.
Dark
I
place
don't
with
think
no
this
light.
is it.
Maybe they want the caged child because the caged child ceremony specifically says no light.
So, make it completely dark. Finally turn off all the lights to make it completely dark. Maybe, but then I feel like... Would the option I chose not also have meant loose forward right Pokenko? It was not loose.
And what does Kibo's flashlight function say fully?
Function that Miyu had added to Kipo. He can emit a blinding light from his eyes.
You should kill yourself now. That's what it looked like. I'm
You
sorry.
see, our villain had a light.
Like, I don't think so.
Green candle?
Oh, that's wrong. Like, what is it supposed to be?
I was wrong.
There's literally a candle down there. Why can't I answer that?
The culprit
Not in
sneaked
our
in
list of
during the
evidence.
seance.
There's a candle
You
in
don't
the
have a-
room where they're saying there wasn't a candle, and I can't answer that.
Could we lie here?
You see,
Maybe.
our villain
We do have the lie track.
Green candle?
God, how do you lie in this game?
Kibo's
You like hold lie
that-
and then
that one,
let
yeah.
go.
Now hold on a second.
If we hold, oh wait, does holding a lie consume our influence, right?
Oh. Yes.
I
Kibo
said,
killing
hold
some.
on a second.
And we don't get another chance, I don't think. Yeah.
I wish I could read what the bullets were called during the lie segments easily.
Yeah.
The culprit
Uh,
sneaked in during the seance. By
Kibo's
crawling
flashlight
Like,
function
what about-
turns into
Like what is
flashlight
what is the cage-
drawbacks. Oh, and it hurts us.
It hurts you if you go back or yeah.
Hole in the corner,
Our villain had a light.
caged child. Maybe it is that. Let's just send it. Okay.
It was not that. Bro was about to get proven guilty.
Bruh. How is this possible?
Sneaked in during the seance.
They're saying he used the crazy flashlight that illuminated the entire room. Alright, it sounds like
We only-
flashlight
we only have the 3
dependencies
bullets?
is what it was called. I only have
Flashlight
loose forward,
drawback.
cage light, hole in the
Our
corner,
villain had a light.
flashlight function.
Candle?
I mean, Kibo's flashlight function. Huh? Now hold on a second.
Kibo could have used that function to get under the floor.
Okay.
I was right.
Nice.
And I think I heal from that, right?
Slowly dying.
Like, there was that. I got the achievement for an alternate route, so there was another way to solve that, and I'm just dumb.
Wow. I didn't know there was alternate routes.
I didn't notice.
Yeah, you get some extra dialogue if you lie. Liars get rewards in Danganronpa.
It's hard to believe that Kibo is the culprit in this case. It's even harder to believe that this trial isn't being manipulated by someone. So even if I have to lie, I need to defend Kibo.
The drawback of the flashlight function that you added.
Is that it would crack through the giant hole in the floorboard.
It's so bright, even Kibo can't see when it's turned
That's
on.
not.
I see. That bright, huh?
Why would Mew play along with this?
There's no way a genius like me would make that kind of rookie mistake.
But you make mistakes a lot. A whole lot.
Wow. Yo, we weird rounded Danganronpa. Let's go.
All right, Miyu.
If he can't see, it doesn't matter how bright the area is. Kibo couldn't have been underneath the floor.
Is that true, Kibo? Is what Shuichi said true?
Is he gonna agree?
Come on, Kibo. Please, play along. Kibo!
Well, I'm so sorry. I just don't remember. Really, I'm sorry.
Oh, we
So
did
bright!
it already. Just turn it off. We're gonna go blind.
You don't remember? What does that even mean?
Well, Shuichi, trying to make a fool out of me, huh? Let me put on some makeup, cause I want to at least look pretty before
Miyu, come on.
fuck me.
That's
Shuichi, I'm so sorry.
Dude, the only thing that's fucking you are the writers.
Yeah.
Damn, that is seriously.
Wouldn't the light have shined through the gaps of the floorboard if it had been this bright?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Maki. The hole.
Maybe we were supposed to. Maybe we were supposed to say gaps of the floorboard.
Like, maybe? Did I not say that? No, I said loose. God, this game sucks. I hate this game. I said loose floorboard, not hole in the floorboard. Like an idiot.
Like a fool.
They couldn't have. We were there after all. We would know.
Dude, what world did Danganronpa let us have that?
There was a hole near the corner of the room we were.
We should be dead.
If someone had a light under the floor, it would have leaked through.
We might still die.
But when we did the seance, I'm
At least we'll die later.
pitch black.
That's right. We didn't see anything, so the culprit couldn't have used a light.
Except for the candle that was under there, but
Just because I
that's
have a built-in flashlight
fine.
does not mean I am the culprit. I see. That was a flaw in my theory.
Jeez, here I thought this would be the case where the murder could only be done by a robot.
You have accused me of being the culprit more than once now, simply because I am a robot. My status as a robot does not mean I am capable of performing superhuman feats. My vision is somewhat poor, and I only possess average physical strength and intelligence.
The ultimate average guy!
God.
I'm an anime protagonist!
The ultimate normal guy. That's kind of the first character in the first game.
That was main character in the second game.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, kind of.
It's way too bright.
He was a reserve. Okay, whatever. I'm not about to spoil shit for this crazy
Spoilers in Danganronpa 2 into this game.
game. During Danganronpa 3.
Hole have nothing to do with this case.
Then why was floorboard under Tenko lined up funny?
Was Tinko stupid?
Going to think that was so cold.
He has that kind of inflection, right?
Underfloor.
He does, yeah.
Why'd Tinko do that? Was she
Ooh,
stupid?
Nice observation, Gonta. Are you finally getting used to
I would
those
watch
trials?
TikToks if the narrator had Gonta's voice.
No, you wouldn't. Like, you'd watch one. And then the second one, you'd be like, alright, this is...
Fucking okay, man.
Like, r/am I the asshole? I ran over my niece with my car. And you'd be like, alright, I need to delete this app.
Don't say it like that. You're better off not being.
Only because I learned that they use AI to replicate Gonta's voice.
Maybe they marked Tenko with glowing paint and looked for that. That'd make the culprit find him.
Okay.
Then they could stab
We
him
remember
with
your
the
second games.
Yeah.
That sounds really familiar too. But I'm just gonna ignore it.
Yeah, and then do the Mono Cups have things to say?
The corpse didn't have
They
any
don't.
trace of glowing paint, though.
Thank
Thank
God.
Glorious day.
Thank the Cubs.
Yeah. So then why was that floorboard loose?
The loose floorboard was the one under Tenko, right? If the culprit used it while she was still alive, she'd totally notice.
Who fucking cares? Fussing over that won't get us closer to the culprit.
We should
Well, it's a-
dismiss this
it's a
line of
bullet.
inquiry, however. Instead of butting our heads against this, how about
Meta-narratively, we know it has to matter because we found
One
it.
other issue.
Perhaps first, we should figure out how and when exactly Tenko was killed.
He was killed during the song, in the middle of the song, with the scythe. Next question.
Little cage for the whole seance, wasn't she? How could someone would have gotten
That
to her
is
there.
such a message. One moment, I'm doing mod stuff.
Yeah.
Mod
Alice, I
up.
gave you mod like today to handle
Oh
these
my God,
exact
did
things.
you?
Yeah,
Only today?
I think so.
God damn. I think so. Where? How do I get to moderator again? Oh God, it's been too long.
There's like a mod view button.
I think if you just do like /ban, it would work.
You can do that too. I don't know why I can't change my chat to deal with it. Uh-oh, I think Dryad cut out. I saw him talk for like 1 second. Dryad, are we there? Yeah, let's try it. Let me hop in mod view. Yay! Yippee!
Yay. Yippee!
Dryad?
I'm gonna. Oh, that's where that lives.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, Dryad's hella fucking dead.
Yeah.
This is
Okay,
the
I
point
found
of
out
no
where Monty
return.
lives.
You mustn't speak. Next time you open your mouth, it'll be Angie speaking through you.
This can be you.
Understood! I will not say a word till the seance is over!
Understood. I was really tempted.
Alive when the seance began.
That was right before we blew out the candles. But when the light came back...
Any messages from Dryad in text chat?
The floorboard was removed.
I don't see any. Why? Why did I die?
Why I die?
For context, it's all in caps. It's great.
I'm seeing it now. Why I die.
Stop telling everyone I'm dead. But you were. Oh, there he goes.
Your ISP cut your connection after finding out you were playing Danganronpa. Rookie mistake.
Rookie mistake.
There's about to be kind of important information, so I feel like we
Yeah,
wait
let's wait till Dryad
that's a
gets
Dryad.
back.
Dryad?
Dryad?
It's like we can still hear him.
Oh, the whispers in the wind. Except we can't hear shit.
I don't know. I'm still hearing him talking about how Carol is the knight.
I think that's the schizophrenia. Oh, okay.
How are we doing, chat? And by chat, I mean Kals, because you're the only person in chat.
No. Yeah, I just realized I am. I was like, there's 4 feet. Never mind.
Do you like the extension I was playing with? So now you can click on my stream and it does nothing.
Oh my god, you're right. I did not notice that before.
I was looking at... So I want to do some stream revamp stuff, right? Also, let me check my OBS. Okay, I think we're fine. Yeah, we're fine. It's just my stream was lagged by a tiny bit. I want to do some stream update stuff. I'm moving all of my stuff from Motion to Godot. And I'm really excited for it. And I wanted to use an extension with SammyBot, which is a Twitch bot, that allows you to click on a stream and then associate that with regions of the screen and have a command play depending on what you click. It's insane. It's crazy.
That's really fucking cool, actually. Wait.
And my idea was to have like a controller in like the bottom middle of the screen that you would then click on to do stuff, or like a couple buttons maybe. And I opened up all the programs to do it, and it is insane. It is some like science level shenanigans that you have to do.
Yeah, it looks like coding hell.
It looks like one of the screens in like fast food restaurant kitchens that beeps at you if you're a second overdue. The like autistic filter machines that make it impossible to work at one of those jobs. Those ones.
Autistic filter machines. I love you, dude. That's
Like when people call the
hilarious.
first boss in a Souls game a noob filter. That's what I mean.
Yeah. You know, she sent me an image and it looks insane.
It is exactly the same thing. But maybe that just means I make my stream have like a lesser amount of buttons. Like I asked the person who like I originally saw make this, who inspired me to try it out, about it, and I'm waiting on a response for like reliability and what they think and things they wish they knew going in. And I think that'll do a lot to help. Just knowing like what are the shenanigans beforehand. Otherwise I'll just have things controlled through Twitch chat messages. But if I have it controlled by buttons, that's handy for a few reasons. Because I can have a single Godot input event. Like let's say spacebar is an input event. We still can't hear you, Dryad. I hate to say it.
Dryad, did you fuck up your mic inputs?
Blah.
Welcome back.
Ah!
He's
What the hell?
alive.
How'd that happen?
I have no clue how that happened. Alright, let me finish my thought
Hello.
so that I don't completely lose the plot. But welcome back, Dryad.
Dude, I don't even no idea what even worked. I unplugged my earphones, and that fixed it.
So, if I have a controller on screen that you click, then I could make a set of inputs and then have every minigame I ever make use that same input and call it in the same way. And so it would be convenient in that way. But it's a matter of like, how do you represent that on screen and not take up too much space? Like there's a planning side of it that I'm figuring out still. And like, I for sure want to have a version that just works before I make a version that is insane. And I also want to make sure that like between all of the different plugins and bots that I have to use, nothing can just break. I want all of the things to be very like, this was updated 2 years ago and probably isn't going to get an update that breaks everything in 2 weeks. So, but welcome back, Dryad. We can now continue with the murder school game.
But she was inside
Yes.
Cage, right? Going to think it impossible to kill her then.
Here,
That's
thank
like
you,
a Simpsons
Gonzo.
reference.
When the room was dark, it was a different time.
A different time?
How should I know? You figure it out, shitheads.
Alright, Mia.
Since
I'm
this
here.
isn't impossible, I'm proposing an alternate theory. Now hurry up and think. If you want to make my golden brain tingle, start circle jerking your lipstick brain.
What's her alternate theory that she's trying to... I think it's like...
Whatever,
this
whatever
filler.
we come up with, I think.
Marker Stone, Iron Cage, White Sheet, Dog Statue.
When Tenko got killed,
Marker
it
Stone, I
wasn't
think.
during the seance.
It could not have been done at any other time.
I think I
She
remember
was under the cage the whole time.
that's true.
She was dead when the cage was lifted.
What about moment Cage was lifted?
Like that.
When
Oh,
Cage
no.
lifted,
The
culprit
fuck?
stabbed Tenko real
I'm
close.
muting.
Alright, me. Here, I can Alvin and the
Thank
Chipmunks
you.
when
Thank
use
God.
lines.
Thank
Thank
you.
God.
Nerd.
Miko is the culprit.
I don't...
There's no
I have no clue what could have possibly... Tenko not being killed during the seance. That might not be impossible, but there's no evidence. Sorry for talking over your lines.
Just say them. Go
The
for it.
cage? She was in a cage, guys.
Well, I think the argument was that
Yes, I agree with you.
Oh, you're just dead.
I think I might be super dead.
You're dead, dude.
Yes.
You're dead.
She was under the cage. I agree. You're
But
correct.
that wasn't an agreement. You tried to contradict him.
Yeah, he said she was under the cage, and I used the bullet that said she was under the cage.
Right, but it wasn't blue.
Oh yeah, that is how that works. We can wait.
Wait, let me try again. I forgot.
Oh, no. Yeah, there are no consequences to my action. It's fine. The dog statue would have made it impossible for her to get up.
It wasn't during the seance.
But the dog statue was lifted.
Yeah, like right.
By the time that
Right.
By the time that
before.
Kimiko lifted the.
Someone couldn't have stabbed her really fast because they would have had to like get under the dog statue.
I was thinking about the sheet. Like, wouldn't there have been a hole in the sheet?
Oh yeah, that's true. That was a point that they made specifically, like they talked about it. Oh look, and I just get full health. We're so back.
Really, no consequences.
Honestly,
I'm the ultimate detective because I can turn back time.
Okay, like let's use our game design brains. If they make it so that you can just die and then go back to the beginning, what does that do for the game?
I mean, I mean, for a visual novel, yes, it would be boring as hell. Obviously,
Right, like with the punishment for death
I'm
is
still gonna make
nothing.
I'm still gonna make fun of you for. I'm still gonna make fun of you for being stupid.
No, that's fine.
Oh, was he dumb?
Side of the white cloth had Tenko's blood on it.
Okay, it wasn't the thing you said either. It was a different reason they came up with. There was blood on the inside, which means that it couldn't have happened right as the cage was lifted.
If Tenko was stabbed then, there wouldn't be blood on the cloth.
Oh, I guess I see. And Tenko was just perfectly silent as she was like stabbed in the toe.
So right.
The only possibility is that Tenko was killed during the seance.
I got your remodel right here.
Sword game?
Oh, that's definitely a sword game.
No, it's still wrong to think that Tenko was killed during the seance.
What?
I'm gonna prove it right now. My golden brain is gonna go all out.
Sword game. Alright, I've never played this one either, so I'm ready to figure out.
Tenko died after the seance. It happened
Okay.
when the sheet was lifted. That was the moment the culprit chose to stab the fuck out of Tenko through the cage. They stuck the thin blade through the gap, and that clean white sheet got stained blood.
Okay.
But the weapon was a sickle.
The weapon was a
Only
sickle.
the blade could have fit through the gaps.
The blade's all you need. If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko. Sitting in there with her neck all
But she was
exposed.
stabbed.
No, wait, yes, I agree with you. The marker stone.
Yeah.
In which case, the person who lifted the sheet is the culprit, and that's none other than Kyo.
So it had
It
to
wasn't
be
Kyo.
one of those
It
for
was
it. I think
Himiko
it's
that
marker
lifted the
stone.
cage. Yeah, it's marker stone.
If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko. Sitting in there with her neck all exposed.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. You found it.
Whew, I almost hit the fast forward button.
I did. I was like, how is that button different?
Just a minute. Tenko wasn't sitting down inside the cage. She was bent over with her forehead against the marker stone. And the cage
She was
itself
straight turtling it.
5 feet tall. The sickles
She was straight marking it.
to reach Tenko while she was in that position.
I messed up again?
No worries, Mew. Everyone already knows you're an embarrassment.
You know what? They're honorary Mono Cups for this trial.
What? The
Kokichi and Miyu.
Ganta?
Killed through the cage.
In lines
Oh,
where they're
okay.
like not saying anything important.
She couldn't have been killed during the
This is the
seance
director's
since she
cut,
was
and
This-
by
this
director's
is-
cut, I
this-
mean it. It's going to be shorter than the normal movie.
I
You guys
was
are
gonna
cutting
say,
out the
this is-
unnecessary
this is-
shit.
This is T being like, we need to pick up the goddamn. I want to finish this game.
The cloth over the cage.
Has there ever been a director's cut that was just shorter? It cut out the bad parts.
No, there's no. Because the director loves all their cuts, so they always want to add more. Also, you can't sell. Like, imagine buying the normal movie and then paying extra money
God.
to buy a movie with fewer scenes.
God, I would have loved to be on like the crusty movie
so
forum
stupid.
after that happened. I would love to see
Oh
the
my-
freak out.
Oh my god. That's
People
so
dedicated
funny.
enough to buy a director's cut. They're like, I can't believe that Dingle Stinkleburger would include less scenes.
Yeah, it's just the worst. It's just less. Because, like, no one who bought the director's cut would think that it makes it a better movie unless there was, like, one crazy controversial scene.
Right, but you could do that for Dung. I genuinely think, without a hint of irony, you could cut out the Monocubs. Director's cut.
You are very close to creating Danganronpa abridged.
That is... But it's not abridged.
Probably
It's still a
already a
full
thing.
game. They just added in Monocubs after the game.
No. I think once you get to that level, T, you get to the point where, like, this scene can be a little different, and this scene
Name
can be funnier.
one
and all
other
of a
than
sudden-
eating the
all of a
key.
sudden we're-
Other than eating the key, name one thing they have done of plot relevance.
I'm not saying for the Cubs. I'm just saying, like, in general.
That's okay. Fine.
Also, they died. Like, 2 people died. That's pretty relevant.
Yeah. Well, 2 of the Monocubs have died. But if
Yeah.
they don't do anything, then like they're just bodies to kind of exist and then explode.
Yeah, but that's very satisfying, to be fair.
Yeah, and when I
so
play
satisfying.
Bloons, it's satisfying to pop those as well. But that doesn't mean I would want to watch a 40-hour visual novel of that.
Bloon.
You don't know that.
God,
Some things are
Bloon
impossible for
story
humans.
mode by Telltale Games.
Bloon will remember that.
Say stupid stuff like that. Screw spirits.
Oh man.
Stop that now.
A monkey killed my father when I was 3.
Angie's spirit killed
We're back on this. I stopped paying attention for 5 minutes, and we're back to ghosts.
Why would Angie's spirit kill
You didn't notice how, like, much Kaido's screen was shaking? I was like, oh, they talk about ghosts right now.
Tenko killed Angie, and then Angie's spirit came back for revenge.
Like I said, that's impossible. Spirits can't be culprits.
Then explain
I
how the
have
culprit
a
under
personal
these
I have a
impossible
personal
circumstances.
pet peeve, alright? This is for all visual novel writers. If your character has a line where they get cut off, you have to actually cut them off.
I can understand why this game does it sometimes. Like, look,
Only a spirit could have done that.
I know.
see?
What if the culprit
Yes!
is hiding
That should
inside the
happen for
cage?
every line that gets cut off.
Yeah, this game does it sometimes, but I think they want to save it for the ones that have really dramatic effect to them.
I think it should
Sometimes
work
it's
for
like
all.
they're cut off, but it's just someone kind of saying something right after they speak. But if they want it to
Then
be
it should
super
just be-
dramatic, then they do it.
Then it should just be a normal sentence. Why cut people off?
But if you write that as normal sentences, then you don't communicate the intention of like saying it immediately after and like kind of being rude about it.
Wuss, commit.
During the seance.
If you want them to cut them off, then cut them off. You have a log. We can just read it back. Don't be scared that we're
Yeah,
gonna
look,
miss
see,
it.
and now they're doing
You're-
it your way. The game is listening.
Yes, they're listening.
Nonsense.
Congratulations! I'm gonna buy the 100-yard defense, whatever it is called. It's because you listened to me.
That game is good. They decided to make Danganronpa but good, and they made that game.
Also, the culprit could have killed her in the cage.
It's also like almost like unapproachably long. It's ridiculous.
How are the tactics gameplay?
I need to ask Arissa because I've only seen it.
Okay.
I think that like
'Cause it
even
does-
if it's not the best tactics game ever made, it's still it seems like a very fun way to incorporate like making bonds with the people in your little military school over 100 days.
I'm just saying. I like wonder how much of it they stole from like Fire Emblem.
Even if they stole all of it, it's like that's really interesting for a visual novel, I think. But then also, the length of the game is so insane that I'm waiting until I have the time. Because your
What is
first
it, like
playthrough,
60 hours?
the first playthrough is going to be like 20-25 hours. And then after that, that's like ending 1 out of 100, and there are 100 endings.
What the fuck?
And
What is
it's
this Shadow the Hedgehog ass ending path?
like, yeah, and it's, dude, Shadow the Hedgehog wishes. And there's just actually 100 different, and the endings aren't like you stub your toe and die instead of going to the next stage. It's like you get all the way to day 100 and things happen differently. So it's like genuinely one of the longest visual novels ever to be made.
I think you know what I'm getting at, right?
They better give you like 100 different save files so you can split off easily.
I don't know if there are. I think there's like a timeline tree where you can choose to jump to any given point and like do things differently. So it's not like you're having to replay a ton of stuff. You're just seeing all of the new content from branching paths, which is still ridiculous.
That sounds a lot like Detroit.
I haven't played Detroit Become Human.
Oh my god, we have to choose someone to die now?
X. We could have killed Tinko from inside the cage. I mean, I know the answer, and I don't know if this is spoilers or not. Actually, who do we think?
Can we look at the
You sure
at the
can't.
evidence?
I can't pause it.
Wow.
Give me a guess.
Then Maki?
I think Maki could have done it.
Yeah. Maki knew where
Kokichi,
it was
just because he's
happening.
a little asshole.
I go with
Kokichi
Maki, but
knew the
I don't
floorboard
really
was
know.
there. Maybe Maki could have done it. That didn't make the that's true.
Ah, okay. Who could have killed Tenko inside? Wait, now we can pause and look at the evidence.
Yeah. Are they trying to say like Tinko did it because Tinko was in the cage?
But if Tenko killed herself, we would have seen the weapon. Can I see Sumugi's account? Okay, it has nothing to do with this crime.
I mean, there is the... Was this a thing that was noted? Sound during seance? During the seance, there was a loud sound and it was complete while it was completely dark.
That's clearly when she died.
Right. So I don't know why there's a single, like, one person who could have done this.
Why is Kokichi... Okay, Kokishi's bloody because he fell through the floorboard.
He fell through the floorboard.
Then maybe it was Kokichi. We know that he went through the floorboards.
I was about to say, I vote Kokichi.
That loud sound could have been when he fell.
I will vote Kokichi and see if that's the right answer. That is not the right answer.
Damn.
Damn it!
Alright, I'm gonna... Does it want me to guess Tinko?
No, I don't think it wants you to guess Tenko.
Because even Maki said, like, that's really narrow-minded of you
I
to
guess,
say.
but... Sure, okay, let's go ahead.
Yeah.
There's no way, you're wrong!
Spoiler alert, Tinko didn't stab herself in the cage.
Yeah.
I hate to break it to you guys
So
this
wrong.
way, but this is... You see why I was fine with Arissa taking this week off?
Wow, this is very stupid. I'm gonna see if there's something very stupid on my bingo card.
I think you've already checked it.
Probably.
I think, like, a murder motive is extra stupid.
Yeah, that's the one that I put. Someone's murder motive is extra stupid.
You might get that this trial.
Someone could... Well, I mean, someone commit Sudoku is still on this list.
Yeah. Okay. Let's sit down and think. We are now
Sorry, I was standing up
an hour
earlier.
40 minutes into stream. What have we figured out?
Dude, like
Oh,
Jack,
God.
we
Like
figured out
nothing.
that someone used the katana to spin the lock.
Yeah.
And create the locked room mystery. And we learned that Kibo could not have used his flashlight to commit the crime.
If she committed suicide, it would explain a lot of
And we learned that Himiko actually cared about Tenko. So all the fangirls are going crazy.
There was like a character moment that was kind of nice.
It wouldn't matter how dark the room was.
We also learned that Kokichi couldn't have killed because of the whole katana thing.
Yes.
If Tenko had stabbed herself, wouldn't the sickle still be inside the cage?
Oh my god. Mew actually...
Perhaps that explains why the floor...
Sorry, Monocub spotted.
Honorary Monocub detected.
On site.
How would you do that?
She took off the floorboard to get rid of the sickle? Yes.
After she died, she covered up the murder.
It doesn't make sense to me. There's no reason for Tenko to commit suicide.
It is weirdly uncharacteristic for us to consider Tenko's like in crazy depressive episode.
Yeah, also after she had her whole like everyone just needs to be happy and be okay like death flag speech.
Let yourself feel emotion. I'm gonna unalive myself now.
And remember, if I get stabbed with a sickle, to be happy after that, and it's fine.
You know, about Tenko killing Angie?
Yeah?
Because Tenko and Angie were fighting for your attention, right?
Angie, when did you brainwash Himiko?
No. Dryad can have this one. This is great.
Oh, that's it.
That's the only time you're getting that line.
Her conscience couldn't handle it anymore, so she decided to...
But she was happy right before.
So what, did she smuggle the scythe into
Yeah,
the cave?
and like made no noise. You know, no, actually, guys, she exploded, and that's what we heard.
She exploded and then reassembled herself.
Really? What?
There could only be
Why, to get everyone else killed?
in the killing game, right? It's to take us down with her.
Take us down?
All right, Kokichi.
I also remember this from an earlier game.
So she could bring
Yeah,
us
and in that
all
one, it
down.
made sense with who the character
wanted
was.
us to die
Like, I don't hate this as a diversion.
You're not winning me over with the this game is actually really good argument.
Well, this trial is... Look, if it weren't for Danganronpa 2 Case 3, this would be the worst class trial in all of the games. It is
God, which one was even
it is a
Case 3? Oh my God,
miracle
that was
that there is a
was
case
the
where someone
T-type.
gets the disease that makes you kill people. That's the motive. Like if that wasn't the case,
man.
this would be the worst one.
What are you saying? Tenko wasn't like that. She told me.
Like Danganronpa 2 Case 3 absolutely carrying for worst case.
It's coming again. Keep your chin up and live life facing forward. Survive with me and everyone else.
What if all of that
Alright,
was
bye.
just a lie?
Yeah. So long, partner.
Farewell.
God, what about that twist? The way they revive someone is they come back as a monocub.
Oh. Say it ain't
A
so.
fate worse than death.
Is that you shouldn't believe everything said.
Himiko, you said that Tenko would never do anything like that.
But you also said Tinko would never die.
How can you be so
But you
sure?
didn't say Simon
You guys
says.
actually know each other?
But I was crossing my fingers, canceling out your
People
truth.
keep all sorts of secrets. Like Maki. She hid the fact that she's a cold-blooded killer. Is it wise of us to trust other people wholeheartedly in this kind of situation?
Jeez,
Shut up,
you're
Kokichi.
such a naive dude.
Naive?
We're all just people, you know? Of course we're gonna have some secrets. What matters?
Like me, an
is whether there's any
assassin.
malice
Yeah,
in it.
yeah. Like me, I'm the ultimate serial murderer.
Their hidden secrets.
The ultimate assassin killer.
Well, duh. It's impossible to know for sure what others are thinking. That's why it all comes down to whether or not you believe in yourself.
I don't... Okay, Kaito.
You get betrayed. It's
Trust
not
me,
their fault.
Mr.
It's your
Vibes
fault.
check.
I
Believe
don't...
in them.
Yeah.
That's why I believed in Maki Roll. Because I wanted...
I don't know about that, but... sure.
Retroactively victim blaming everyone who gets
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah, it's a skill issue if you get killed, actually.
Hey, come on. Don't you think you're being a little too strict?
I do think the point of his character is that, like, he's positive even if, like, he's wrong about the way he's positive.
Well, we come from different backgrounds. So for now, let's agree to disagree.
I don't think that a character having good writing means that they're just right all the time. Like, clearly it's supposed to be nuanced.
Yeah, he's one of the best characters. I
Yeah.
understand why Arissa was like, he's my favorite character until you voiced him.
Whether or not I believe, my heart can't reach Tenko anymore. But I want to believe in her. She wouldn't commit suicide. She wouldn't try to take us down. That's what I want to believe.
All right,
This
So
is
now
a
that
lot
we're
like
past
about to hit
this,
a recess.
we have done nothing.
That would answer all of our questions.
Except for who killed the other person, you guys.
Why did the game want us to confidently say the wrong answer?
Because to pad out runtime, dude. What do you think?
All right, I'll give you a reason.
Is there a reason?
Yes, there is. Will you trust
Oh,
me?
dog's angry.
I wonder
I can
why.
show you the world,
You
Maki.
can blame me all you like.
My dogs bark when they hear bad visual novels.
For now, I need you to trust in my detective work.
Oh, I don't believe Tenko would kill herself because of what she said.
I'm mentally healthy. You're just like, oh yeah, I forgot that. Oh yeah. Okay, everyone. I'll see you guys after the seance. What's with all these like one line?
She said, see you guys after. I doubt she had a sudden change of heart. Just because we don't know how she was killed doesn't mean it was suicide. We shouldn't be satisfied with that. If we keep thinking, we'll find the truth. And that means we have to believe in Tenko. I'll make them all believe.
Bullet, shoot bullet. I'll shoot him with my shoot bullet.
Think of those last
So
moments.
far, suicide seems to be the best
Probably.
explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with her.
No, you're wrong.
All right. Well,
Wow, what a wild shot.
well, that's okay. Fine.
You shot. That was a vibe check, dude.
Yes.
So far, suicide seems to be the best explanation.
At least let's listen to the rest of the thing.
So she hid her true intentions.
Tenko's not that kind of person.
I'm waiting for the one where it's just the first one that you don't expect.
Mhm.
Explain how she died during the seance. She could have secretly brought the sickle. And then stabbed herself with it.
Finally, with
Like
the
how?
last strength, she threw the sickle
Check the
underneath
Monokuma file. Did she die instantly?
all the pieces. fit.
Okay. Freedom's body was discovered. Time of death.
That's yeah.
Stabbed wound. She has
There it is.
lacerations. In a vacant room. Time of death. Stabbed with back of the leg. Wooden death. No other injuries.
Okay, that doesn't say. That doesn't specify anything.
So far, suicide seems to be the best explanation.
Age child. Last
Her
moments.
plan was to take us down with her.
Hole in the corner.
So she hid her true intentions.
I mean, probably
What
this
is-
when
what-
Korikio
what is-
says
what
like,
are her last moments?
But if Tenko did commit
Like, what does that mean?
Died in a crouched position. The injury on the back of her neck was deep, but probably not
Probably not
enough
enough.
to kill her immediately.
So that probably wasn't it. But,
Suicide.
uh,
It would explain how she died during the seance. She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
Like, I just don't think that's true, but I don't think that's what we're talking about.
She threw the sickle
I don't know why the last of her strength would be the line.
all the pieces fit.
it's not, because it probably didn't kill her immediately. But then, I guess she wouldn't scream.
So far, suicide seems to be the best explanation.
Hole in the corner.
Was to take us down
Isn't the hole in the corner where the scythe was?
so she
No, it was
Um,
on the other side of the room.
Oh yeah, so she couldn't have like snuck it in and then throw it away. So probably wasn't you says.
Explain how she died in the seance.
No.
No, I think it's the other one. No. That
Or
doesn't
oh,
make
like
sense.
using the
It
last of
would've
her
been
strength, she threw the sickle. That's the one I shoot it on.
that. I think so, because the sickle wasn't where she was. It wasn't where she was when we went down, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
possible.
Also, I don't think you could hide a sickle under your clothes. I'm sorry. That's just
Yeah.
not how hidden weapons work.
Yeah, it's like the suspiciously tire-shaped.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
That's not a thing. The writers did not try to hide a sickle under their clothes, unless that thing is much smaller than it seems.
Which one did we say?
I was gonna say hole in the corner.
Hole in the corner?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Yeah, sorry.
What if
I forgot
what
in
if
the
we
last
lied
moment.
again?
So far,
In my
suicide
last
seems to be the
moment,
best
I
explanation.
forgot.
her plan was to
I don't think we can lie again, actually, though.
tension.
Because in order to lie, we
Well,
kind
hold
of need
on.
someone to.
Shush. No, we can lie.
But if Tank
I don't
We
know
could,
how we
but,
lie,
like,
but we can lie.
I don't think a successful lie is available here because
No,
we
it
usually
is.
need someone to corroborate with us. How do you know that?
This music track with the like extra vocals in the back means that there's a lie available.
The last of her strength.
Wouldn't it be here? Okay.
Damn it!
What am I missing?
Yeah. Do we want to lie with Monokuma File and claim her death was
Take us
instant?
down with her.
That's possible.
True intentions.
You just shot the thing.
Yeah.
With the...
I meant to hit the regular one.
commits suicide
Why are we better at lying than finding out the truth?
during the seance.
I don't know if there's only one way
Secretly brought the sickle
and we just have to lie.
and then stabbed herself
I would think
with it.
surely not.
Finally, with the latch.
No.
Ah, that wasn't it.
Wait, but did I like
we're
let
kinda
go of
dumb.
Gals, do you have any idea?
So far, suicide seems to be the best explanation.
I have been listening to this like a podcast.
So she hit
That's the
Wait.
correct way.
Wait, what's the evidence that we are using? We have we have the hole, we have her last moments,
The caged
and we
child
have
and Monokuma
the
File
caged
3.
child is the caged child is evidence.
Yes.
The hole. In the corner of
No,
the room
wait.
or the one under her?
In the corner.
Hmm.
And the thing we're refuting with Kyo at the end is that she used the last of her strength to do that, not that she did it.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's not right. I wonder if we're supposed to refute Kokichi's idea that she's taking us down with her. Because
That's what I did
that would be
at first.
that would be the mid. Right, but it didn't work. But like with different evidence or with a lie.
Might be a lie that we need to use.
What if wait, what if what is the lie for the last moments?
I don't know.
Like, what would that lie look like? That
Well,
she
let's-
wasn't crawled?
Where is Tingo's last moments?
I think the last one was right there. It was below Iron Cage. Then the
Maybe
cross
deep,
position
probably not
maybe on the
enough.
back.
Like, I would think that would be... You use that and you lie about it. Takeo.
Yeah, maybe we want that instead of Monokuma file.
But I thought that's what I did. Did I not?
No, you did. I think you did Monokuma file.
Okay.
Please, not Tenko's last moments. Pew, 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 pew.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. I wish I knew what it said. It said Tenko something.
Tenko died instantly. Probably.
I don't know.
The sickle under the floor. Because she died instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Monokuma file says not. This is such an obvious lie.
The Monokuma file doesn't say it's her last moments evidence. So I'm like, maybe they don't know.
The evidence
Maki knows, and that's how we know. Sorry, I didn't read that line with the funny voice.
My investigation determined that she died instantly.
What's your opinion, Maki? I'd like to hear from someone who specializes in murder.
Yeah, now we just have to see, does Maki go along with our lie?
Of course not.
You're right. I completely forgot about that important detail.
Oh, wow.
Tenko died instantly.
What?
As an assassin, I specialize in killing my targets swiftly.
Which is why I killed her swiftly.
Killed immediately.
The swiftest it could possibly be.
Words of a true killer. Pretty sure we can believe everything she said.
Thank you, Maki.
How could you forget that, Maki Roll? You better apologize to Shuichi.
Do you want to die?
Really?
Yeah.
No apology necessary. Anyway, Tenko died so suddenly that she couldn't have gotten rid of the sickle. Knowing that, the theory that she killed herself just doesn't fit, correct?
Just like I thought. Tenko wouldn't commit suicide.
Thank goodness, Himiko.
Which means someone definitely killed Tenko during the seance.
Her suicide was considered because we could not determine how she was killed.
No, there must have been a way. We're gonna figure it out.
Did any of the participants witness anything peculiar?
It's the giant explosion.
The loud sound.
Please speak up. It could be the key to solving this mystery.
The giant explosion.
Not
Go.
bad. Wow, not a bad idea. We should remember what happened at the seance. Yeah, no, I'm listening to this like a podcast. I apologize if I'm late to read lines. Let me try to remember. I'm sure there's something. I need some kind of clue that will help me solve this mystery.
I feel like we're about to spell knife. I can feel it.
Let's go. Let's spell knife.
Nah, it's a debate.
Aww.
Sound during seance.
Sound during seance, there it is.
Ordinary during the seance?
Just start shooting it everywhere.
The fact that the seance
Like, there's not a penalty for it.
the ritual was perfect and yet it failed. How utterly
I don't agree with that.
Well, I mean, it technically was.
No, it wasn't perfect. Someone died.
Sing the song?
Well, I just meant the ritual was performed. Like, no one messed. Oh, there it is.
Oh,
Press something, Paul.
okay. Yeah, I'll get it next time. Oh, this track doesn't have like the in the background, and so this
Okay,
one's
I see.
normal.
I'm recognizing it.
Yeah, and the cool thing was that the noise I made
Wait,
was an exact
isn't
perfect
this it?
replica. What is it?
that the seance
Isn't this one right now?
the ritual
No, because this is an agree. It did not go perfect. There was the noise.
No, I meant. Are you not hearing the voices now that indicate you can lie?
While we were all singing the song?
Maybe this one is the
Aren't
lie
these
track,
the
and I have
normal
the game
ones?
too quiet.
I agree.
I'm gonna look it up because I
Yeah.
never could tell how the track.
I'm gonna have to listen to it again too. It's been a long time, admittedly.
You think that something fell because of that sound you heard, right?
This is why we need. We do get a. Okay, it doesn't let us hear the cool, awesome song again.
It sounded like something heavy fell down.
This is why we need Arissa as an expert to tell us whether that was the lie track or not.
Could have fallen down.
Fallen down? There wasn't anything on the ceiling that could have fallen down, right? was pretty loud. It did seem like something hit the floorboards.
Loud sound, like something.
Something hit the floorboards. Maybe that sound had something to do with the other thing that happened in the dark.
That's when Maki hit the dinosaur!
Fucking body!
What's the question? What caused the sound?
Her
it
fucking
was
dying and falling to the
her
side.
Her last moments, I think, is what you want to write down. Because you can see that she's in she's like in a crouch, like sideways position, but she should have been laying down in turtle style.
Yeah.
Well, she could have also done that like after she died.
It could also be the cross piece under the floor when it was broken.
Or it could
But
be
I
the
don't-
floor
I don't
being
think that
lifted
was
up.
The portion that supports the floorboard was cut off. It wasn't broken naturally. Or the
But
floorboard.
I feel like that wouldn't have been a. I feel like it wouldn't have been a clean cut if you used the scythe. You've got 6 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's
If you
Tenko's
say
last
so.
moments. Cause like think about it, you're like crouched over, like on your belly almost, and then you slump to your side with like your full weight. That's gonna cause a sound, isn't it?
Yes, but not like a giant crack.
Ah. Okay.
I think probably the
It has something to do
floorboard.
with the floorboards moving? Yeah.
Because the floorboard is a piece of evidence that we have. Loose floorboard.
This is it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I think the floorboard.
Like, I have the benefit / curse of knowing how it goes, so I'm like, I don't want to just say how it goes, and then... But even then, sometimes the game is like, I want you to select the wrong thing.
That floorboard came loose at some point during the seance, right?
Could the floorboard have made such a loud sound, though?
It was the sound of an intense impact.
If the impact was that intense, then it could have loosened the floorboard.
Maybe someone came back to life, made a giant bonk on the floor, and then died it again.
That is true.
Someone
I can't
could
read
have...
that. There would have been a strong impact to make that sound.
That is true. There.
But what was it? What could it possibly be?
All right, then, let's go
Spell.
with that.
Knife.
All gotta
Aw.
put our
Can I
heads together.
spell knife? Really? Again? Thundering Seance, Magic Circle, Cross
So what made
Piece.
the floorboard come loose?
I think Cross
Judging
Piece.
from the sound, there must have been considerable force.
Someone who participated in the seance. Maybe that person tore off the floorboard.
That wouldn't make such a loud crashing sound.
Maybe the wooden statue fell over.
No,
But
that's
that
not true.
statue was still on top of the cage.
Culprit hide under floor. Then stood up with such might.
That, okay.
Said there was no one under the floor.
Gunther!
Someone must have stomped through the floorboard.
I agree with that.
I agree.
Yeah. First try. That means I'm good at the game.
Yay.
Kokichi is right. The floorboard came loose because someone stomped on it.
The floorboard
Alright, now we're
is
getting
perfect.
somewhere.
Going to make sure first time we go to empty room.
When we first saw the room, yes. But when I looked again during the investigation, one of the cross pieces supporting the floorboards was cut off. After
There we
examining
go.
the cut, I concluded that it must have
Yeah,
been
and that's how
done.
Kokichi fell through.
So does that mean that Kokichi is the culprit? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Why'd they do that?
Well, it would mean that he
Tenko had
wasn't,
to have
because
been the one to.
he would have known that the crosspiece was cut if Kokichi cut the crosspiece to do the murder.
I don't think Kokichi cut the cross piece. I
Me
think
neither.
Kokichi fell.
Yeah, like he fell through the floorboard because the crosspiece supporting the floor was cut.
He fell through
Oh,
the
that would-
floorboards in the other room, not in the murder room, by the way. Fell through
Right.
the floorboards in the room beside.
So who stepped? So someone stepped into the floorboards to cause the sound, and then what? Lifted the thing. So Is Gonta murderer the truth? There's no way. Because Gonta would be the only person strong enough to lift the statue by himself.
What did they stand to gain? That is the question. I mean, I think they stomped on it from the bottom. Oh, that's nauseating. Hello. So this game, so I need to think carefully about the crosspiece.
No,
in the floorboard.
that doesn't make a whole lot of sense because
Yeah, look, there
whoever
is a
stomped
diagram.
on
Look.
Tenko's body was at one end of the loose
Oh
floorboard.
my god!
And the crosspiece had been cut
was
on
it-
the other end of the floorboard. The unsupported part was outside the cage, so it could have been stomped on.
Oh my god, I just realized what happened.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'll have to pull up a message from Arissa who described this very eloquently. Hold on.
That dog statue is the key.
One of them was right under Tenko.
Let me scroll up and find what Arissa said about this so I can quote it later.
I don't know who the culprit is, but I'm certain now I know how the crime was committed.
Do tell, do tell.
Okay, so look, they're almost done explaining it. You see how if someone stomped on the floorboard, the other side would be lifted, right? So Tenko would have been lifted and hit the ceiling of the cage. Now imagine if that ceiling had a scythe glued on top of it.
Interesting.
I'm looking for where Arissa coined the term I've talked about. And I can't find it. It must have been... God, it must have been so long ago.
It leads me to the idea of Kyo, since I think he would have had the greatest opportunity to plant the trap. The cage was placed first, then the sheet was covered. Oh wait, but then the dog went on top of the sheet. No, it couldn't have been the dog, because then the scythe would have went through the sheet, and the sheet had no holes. So how the fuck did the scythe get there?
And the
I'm
other
certain the
was
scythe
in the
made it
center,
there, but
right about where the edge of the cage was. Was the culprit attempting to... What was the culprit attempting to achieve by stomping on the floorboard?
Sorry, I didn't
Think,
interview
come
with
on,
that one.
Think.
Why can't you spell
no
knife?
knife!
Can you spell knife?
No knife! Raise Tenko. I don't know.
See.
Season. Seesaw effect.
Yeah, seesaw.
Is this a W? Chat, is this a W?
It's not.
Where was...
It's there. Bottom. Yeah, right there. That's a W. Then there's an E. There's another E. Two E's. Yeah. E, F, F.
Oh, yeah.
E. E, F, F, and then E up there. C. Alright, let's get that T. Here's the T. There it is. Gamer.
Yeah. Arissa said something like Tenko died via seesaw stomp. Or something like that. Oh, sorry. I'm playing this game like how I would normally play this game.
I can't believe that you're at a level where you could play this game like casually.
Do you want to do that voice, or is just...
The seesaw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The crosspiece
Bonk. But her head's not on the stone. That diagram is wrong, by the way.
Yeah.
I disagree with you.
Meaning, if you were to apply force to the end of the floorboard with no crosspiece,
This would suggest Himiko,
the next crosspiece
who
would act as a fulcrum
who
and turn
said
the
to use this
floorboard
room.
into a lever.
But
A lever
did they
capable of
did
opening up Tenko's
man, I really don't want it to be Himiko, man.
It's definitely Himiko.
Why would Himiko
Yeah, that
kill
sounds like
Tenko?
seesaw, right? But why bother lifting
Because she killed my girlfriend.
I mean, maybe. I do think that Tenko killed Angie.
That's exactly it. Using the seesaw trick, it was possible to kill Tenko with a sickle.
Huh? How?
In order for the culprit to kill Tenko with a seesaw trick, the placement of the sickle is the most important factor.
Right.
They had to do some real Looney Tunes shit.
Yeah.
Floorboard seesaw, the cage, and the blood on the white fabric.
I'm starting to think Tinko might
What
be dead.
conclusions can I draw from this? There's only one place that sickle could have been that is consistent with the evidence. Where was the sickle when Tenko was killed?
On top of the cage, baby.
That's it. The sickle was at the top of the iron cage, with the blade facing down.
How did you guys not notice that, though?
Right.
Like, how would you not notice that?
Because of the fabric covering the cage.
How did she not notice?
So who placed? Okay, so the question is, who placed the fabric on the cage? That was the one opportunity. Who placed the fabric? Wasn't that Kokichi? No, Kokichi and you carried it. Was it Kyo?
How did this
Yeah.
get placed without the stab going through? Is the current what we're caught up on?
Well, the stab, so the cage had to have been placed, then the scythe, then the blanket.
I see.
That's the only order that makes sense.
But the statue's weight kept it from
And someone just had the scythe and was able to be sneaky.
Yeah. I mean, theoretically, Korikyo, anyone, whoever was putting the blanket over the cage could have snuck the scythe on top of it.
Tenko's body would have shot upward and hit the blade on the top of the cage.
Give me that sweet diagram. Wham!
Ah!
Millions of dollars in animation.
This is the worst rhythm having game ever. Uh-oh.
A rhythm heaven game with a single input event and then the cops showing up.
Bringing the victim to the sickle rather than bringing the sickle to the victim.
That's a creepy pasta.
That's so dumb.
It's crazy. It would explain how Tenko got stabbed while she
Rhythm having creepy pasta would go so hard though. Dude,
I love that. The guy who was slicing the ghost showed up, but he was at my house.
The sound you heard was the culprit stomping on the floorboard.
That impact make floorboard come loose.
Looks like we got ourselves a good old-fashioned seesaw.
I actually really liked. I'm sorry that I'm not thinking about the game.
No,
now I'm
it's-
thinking about like now I'm thinking about a knockoff rhythm having game where the
Rhythm
mini games
hell.
get like slightly more and more like creepy.
No, they're still talking about the seesaw thing. It's okay.
Craziness is what really makes the killing game fun.
Someone
you
can
know?
make that. So
Yeah.
like whoever is listening to this pod like 6 years later.
I say we go for another like
has
15
there's
minutes.
potential. Yeah, I think so.
They can't get away with murder the normal way, so they gotta think outside the box. Kudos, culprit! You did a great job keeping me entertained.
Indeed. Well played, Himiko.
Yeah?
It was you, wasn't it? The one behind
That was a
the
weird
seesaw
transition.
homicide.
Yeah.
Why her?
Because she's the only one capable of carrying out this plan.
The only one?
It's not true.
Because
he
this
drew the
seesaw
circle,
homicide required
he
its
prepared the
location to be
room.
prepared beforehand.
By cutting the crosspiece beneath the floorboard, you mean?
Then the culprit
Right.
would need to lure their victim into the prepared room.
Yunkao's caught that.
That is why you chose that room for the seance. Is it not, Himiko?
He's the one who asked so it's totally Kyo. Kyo has to have been the culprit. It's pretty much confirmed at this point. All right, this is my thing.
Yeah.
However, there are 3 empty rooms. Which one shall I prepare for murder?
The middle room. The middle room's always best for stuff like this. The implication is after this, they go straight in. So after Himiko chose, he didn't have time to like cut the cross piece off and then set up this whole elaborate thing.
He had to draw an entire goddamn circle. He had time to cut a cross piece off.
That's true, I guess.
Remember, he's the only one who could have placed the scythe on top of the cage. You guys are all wrong early.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
You were quite vocal about the
The Danganronpa experience.
You even had instructions for it in your lab.
Evil Himiko.
That is so
Himiko.exe.
Oh my god.
And suggested the middle room.
Is that the Roaring Knight?
Oh, shut up, Triad!
Then she killed Tenko.
Danganronpa V3 is a dark world.
Oh man.
Why, right? Himiko did such a thing?
In the end, Himiko, who Tenko cherished and loved, tragically killed her.
Wait! We don't know that, right? He's wrong, right, Himiko? Himiko would never kill Tenko.
Does she do the whole like, alright, I did kill her, guys?
Tenko? I killed Tenko?
She said it, let's vote.
Himiko?
What's wrong, Himiko?
Well,
Is it
I
true that
think
using the middle room was Himiko's idea? But Himiko killed Tenko.
That's not what you said.
Really
Not what he said.
Something so cruel.
And did it change anything? Or was it just funny? Intermission! Hey, look at that.
We should probably close after this.
I honestly, yeah, and you know there's gonna be like some Monokuma nonsense. Oh yeah, look!
Yeah.
It's even telling me to save.
Are we going to do the
Yippee.
Monokuma nonsense now, or are we going to make sure that Arisa is subjected to it as a prank?
I feel like we can do this Monokuma nonsense is fine.
Okay.
Alright.
For now?
For now? I think we're done.
For Arisa. Hell yeah, okay, gaming.
Alright. Thank you everyone for showing up, and thank you for you two goobers for showing up once again. We will be back next week. Hopefully with the last of the class trial. I think we can do it, especially if we go a tiny bit late. For sure. Now we're picking up the pace a little bit.
Okay, so
Danganronpa 3 2025 is not happening, but I want to hope.
Okay, so for sure Kyo killed Tenko. Now, did Kyo also kill Angie? Or did Tenko kill Angie, and that's how Kyo's going to die anyway? Because there's no way Kyo is just going to be like, well then, I guess I'll see you back at the dorms. That's not going to happen.
Alright.